Everyone, so this week I focused on creating my high fidelity wireframes for my AR grocery shopping experience for Kroger. I started off by taking the feedback from last week and revisiting my design inspiration before beginning the wireframes. Since this project focuses heavily on the AR and personalized engagement, I wanted my inspiration to reflect the balance between the modern retail experiences, usability, and the clean AR interaction patterns. After gathering the inspiration here, I did document all of my assets and resources that I used throughout the project, including icons in my components, product imagery, and references. From there, I moved to building my design system and creating reusable components before starting the actual wireframes. I wanted to stay organized and keep the consistency across the entire experience, especially with typography, the spacing, my product cards, buttons, and navigation elements. Um, One thing that I did focus on heavily in this project was the hierarchy and visibility within the AR experience. Since the personalized engagement feature is one of the main components behind the app, I intentionally placed this For You button towards the top of the interface so it would immediately stand out to the user rather than getting lost in the navigation. My goal was to make sure the users recognize that the app was adapting to them personally. I do think there's a balance to consider between the visibility and simplicity, so I definitely some feedback on whether that placement feels intuitive and welcoming, or if it competes too much with the rest of the interface. For my so this is my home page here. From my product details screen, which I can click on any of these product cards here, I decided to include both a favorites button and a send share button. I added these because the grocery shopping experience is often collaborative, whether that's sharing products with family members, recommending items, or saving products for later purchases. I wanted the interaction to feel convenient and realistic, rather than just informational. Clicking Find in Store will move over to the in-store navigation experience. Here I created a simple pathway system that guides the user directly to their selected item. And then on the next screen, as the user gets closer to the product location, the navigation becomes more precise and it pinpoints exactly where the item is located on the shelf. My goal here was to reduce the frustration and decision fatigue that users often experience while grocery shopping in larger stores. I can exit here and then go over to scan. This is the product recognition experience where the users can scan an item using the AR camera, which then triggers a product here so that the product card can appear. I also added these supporting interaction elements to make the scanning process feel more usable in a real world environment on screens 1 and 2. I included a back button that takes the users back to basically the product card, which is, I'm guessing, similar to the cart. If they exit off the product cart, it will likely go to the cart. I included also a flash button for like low light store conditions, and a help icon that would um, pretty much explain how the scanning feature works for first time users. I did want to make sure that the experience felt guided and accessible, instead of assuming users will automatically understand the interaction. Um, and like I stated in the beginning, the For You page takes you over to the personalized engagement screen. Let's see here. And this is my first screen. They're probably the strongest part of this project because they really represent the purpose of the app. This first screen here displays the suggested products based on the user's purchase history, their favorites, and their preferences. In this example here, the highlighted recommendation appears because the user scanned and added a product to their cart that pairs well with another suggested item. The second personalized engagement screen focuses more on aisle level recommendations. In this example, the system highlights products that align with the user shopping list and dietary preferences. Here specifically, dairy-free and high-protein products. The highlighted products appear directly within the AR scan, while the related product cards are displayed underneath for additional detail and interaction. Now, one design decision that I did make here was scaling the product cards at different sizes to create more so like a sense of depth and distance between the products on the aisle within the AR environment. I did want to make the interface feel spatial and immersive instead of just flat. The easiest part of this project for me was translating the inspiration onto my visual layouts and experiences. Once I established the direction and the structure, it did become easy to visualize how the user would move throughout the application. The biggest challenge for me was working with the component alignment, specifically with the product cards. Since I was scaling the components at different sizes throughout the AR screens, even though I had several product cards or several instances, maintaining that consistent text alignment and spacing became difficult for me. So that's definitely an area that I know I'll improve with more practice and refinement, but it also helped me better understand how much precision and system consistency matters when designing scalable interfaces. Overall, the project did help me think more deeply about designing for real world interaction instead of just static mobile screens. I learned a lot about balancing the immersion, usability, hierarchy within the AR environment while still keeping the experience organized and user centered. Thank you.